Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my bathroom. Tonight's skincare routine is going to be a little bit different. I am one-handed. Yeah, I sprained my wrist today. I just came back from urgent care and got the x-rays back. No broken bones, no fractures, so we're good there. But I was lifting a piece of furniture and I heard a pop and my wrist hurts like a mother. You know what I'm saying? It hurts bad. So I have to keep it immobilized for now. It's gonna be an interesting time as I figure out how to put this onto my face, because you know I'm not skipping any steps. I'm not cutting any corners, okay? I take this seriously, but I'm gonna have some creative solutions for applying this to my face with some limited mobility. So if you're still ready, give the video a big thumbs up. I promise you it will be a good time. Let's get started with the routine. All right, so I got my bangs pulled back. I'm gonna use this big jaw clip to get the rest of my hair pulled back for washing my face. So this is actually really great because this is actually called the Big Effing Clip, and it is good for a lot of hair. It's really strong. It's made by MEJ, so if you do have like really thick hair and like regular jaw clips break on you, they break on me a lot. This is a good one, so let's see if I can grab. Oh, ooh, I did it one-handed. I'm gonna do an oil cleanse. I don't really have to. I have some very light makeup on, but I just want to. I feel like I need a really good cleanse tonight. It's been a long day. So this is the Klairs Gentle Black Fresh Cleansing Oil. So I am gonna use these face washing scrunchie cuffs. These are from I Do Care, and these are awesome because when the water runs down your hands, it actually hits the cuff and not, ooh, yay, your sweater. Grabbing my towel because as I'm thinking through putting oil cleanser onto my face, I'm realizing this is gonna be, okay. It's gonna be a little messy. Pumping down with my right hand right now and not gonna work. So we're just gonna do, it's a new bottle. There we go. We're gonna do the TikTok application of skincare a lot tonight. You know, have you noticed that on social media a lot now, people are not like putting skincare into their hands. They're just going like straight onto their face like that. And I get it. I do, especially if, you know, like, I'm making a video for you, so it might make sense for me to like have the bottle in the frame. And so if I'm, you know, applying it right to my face with the bottle, you're gonna see what I'm using, right? But I think it gets a little goofy. I'm not gonna do this on, I'm not gonna try not to do this tonight. I did actually see somebody use a toner and open it up and do that on their face. I was like, girl, what are you doing? All right, one hand emulsifying that cleansing oil, dripping down my cuffs and my towel, but it's all good. Okay, this feels like that's breaking up the oil really nicely. So I'm just gonna bend over and make a bit of a mess. I can use this hand a little bit to splash water. So I'm going to cleanse this and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, looking crazy. All right, I'm gonna be using the Roche-Posay Lipikar AP Plus wash on my face. And so to pump this out, I'm gonna place this on the counter and I'm just using my left hand and pushing down. There we go. It's a cream gel cleanser. And so you see that it definitely has a little bit more moisture, but it's still going to kind of foam up gently on my skin. It gives a really nice clean, but there's just like a moisture element to it. There's a little shea butter in here that helps it to be kind to my skin. This is like such an interesting, like I was saying, it's sweater weather. It was like a really beautiful, sunny, very breezy, 60, you know, degree Fahrenheit day. Beautiful. But now the sun has gone down and it's getting chilly. It's getting, we're getting that October, you know, chill in the air at night. And so I have been waking up with my skin feeling a little bit more dry in the morning time. So I've been adding a little bit more nourishment into my nighttime routines to make up for that. But during the day, it's still pretty warm. We are cleansed. You think I did a good job? I think so. I'm gonna go struggle at the sink again. Did you hear me screaming before? That's partly because the water was a little cold. I'm dripping water. All right, and nice cleanse. I got my towel right here. So I have a little mobility in this hand, but it's just like if I bend it the wrong way, I get this sharp pain. And I can move my fingers, but there's just a little bit of pain if I have a really strong, like a really involved grip. So I do have a little bit of help here with this hand, but I definitely have to baby it a bit while it is healing up. So I'm gonna go in for the La Roche-Posay. This is the Thermal Water Mist. And this is pretty easy to do one-handed. I can get the cap off with one hand and then it's a mist. Okay, we're getting into the meat of the skincare routine, if you will. This is the Dr. Jart Hydra Solution Plump Treatment Essence. Okay, so I can pour it into this hand, but I'm gonna have to turn in a way that's going to make me scream. Or I can do what I was just making fun of, which is apply it to my face like this. Let's try it for the fun of the experiment and the video so I don't have to scream at you. I should probably put the towel back on my sweater. It's okay. It's okay. Definitely, you see how I'm moving my face against my hand instead of my hand against my face. This is so funny. Here we go. Okay. Okay, not bad, not bad. I don't know that this is gonna work for the whole entire skincare routine, but that was not bad. So actually, if you saw, this is actually almost empty. Do you see that? I've been talking about it a lot during the summer months, and I was pairing it with another toner, but I'm so close to being empty with this, and I just emptied my Make Preme, my big giant toner. I just emptied it yesterday. So I've just been slotting this in until it's empty. Okay, that wasn't so bad. I'm actually going to put on a little bit of gloss because my lips feel a bit dry. This is the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm, and I really like this because it's balmy, it's not sticky. There's just like a little something something to it that's really pretty. So let's move on to another sort of toner because I told you I'm kind of trying to move through some product right now. So this is another one that you should be familiar with. I got really good thumbs, huh? So this is the Paula's Choice. Whoop! I got good thumbs, but I don't have good balance. All right, this is the Paula's Choice Advanced Replenishing Toner, which I really like, and I just featured it in my creamy toners video that I just did, and here we go. So this has a, yes, I touched my face, oh my gosh. So this has almost like a gel, creamy gel kind of texture, and you can see, unlike the Dr. Jart that ran right down my face, it's really watery, this has more body to it, a little bit more thickness to it, right? So it didn't run down my face quite as fast. So this feels almost exactly how it looks. It is more like a cream gel, but it does kind of spread down into a thinner layer on the skin. So you get a good amount of hydration, but then you get that kind of creamy balancing moisture to this, and it's not overwhelming. It's not a straight up cream toner where it's like super rich and creating a lot of moisture on the skin. This is like a half and half. It goes into the skin with hydration, but then it also gives you that little bit of moisture at the top that feels really good. So this is from Skin 1004. It's the Probio-Cica Bakuchiol Eye Cream. Now, I've only been using this for a few days so far. So it has like a doe foot applicator, which I don't love. It's also kind of this like silicone-y type material. It's not, some of them I've seen have like a stainless steel and they're like cool and they're for depuffing. This one is, it's nice, it's really soft. kind of grippy silicone. So all you do is you just have to press at the bottom to get the cream to come up, and then you can use this. The idea is that this is used as your applicator. Prior to spraining my wrist, I was not using this because, I don't know, I don't really love these things, right? I was just using my fingers. However, now that I have sprained my wrist, this is one-handed skincare. I don't have to use both, right? So I'm just using this to spread it. It spreads it pretty nicely. I am gonna finish off, just gonna spread and tap and just make sure that it's absorbing. So as I said, I've only been using it for a few days, so I can't really tell you too much, but I do like the texture. I'll give you a close-up because it's actually quite nice. It feels pretty moisturizing and nourishing, but there is still a lightness to it. There is still like a really quick absorbing sort of feel to this. So let me just kind of show you this texture. My lights are a little bright. I do apologize. But it's creamy, but there is like a lightness to it. It does just kind of sink into the skin really nicely. It's not really occlusive. It's not very greasy. It just has a really nice feel to it. So I have just been enjoying it texture-wise, adding that little extra moisture I need under my eyes. So here's something new for you. It is the VT PDRN Reedle Shot 100. Yeah, I am doing Reedles again. So this is actually like a sample box that I got, and they has these individual packets in it. So I've just kind of been trialing this out. I've used a few packets so far, and I'm cautiously optimistic. So I'm just going to hold this and I'm going to try to cut this with one hand, but I wanted to like show you this because I wanted to give you a little update on my skin, and I kind of got it open. We're gonna roll with it. Let me show you. I just was like, let me show you, and I'm thinking in my head like, how? Okay, here we go. So these packets are kind of cool if you want to try out Reedle without investing in the bottle, because the bottle is pretty expensive. See how much thicker that is than the regular Reedle? It's a straight up cream serum. I'm gonna put a little bit more of the thermal mist on my skin just because I've been talking for a while and struggling with that packet. And so I just want to kind of re-moisten my skin so I get the best absorption. So because it's so creamy, it actually makes this essence feel a lot less Reedle-y. Why did I do that? My wrist hurts. There we go. I wasn't thinking. It's a lot less Reedle-y. So I'm feeling a little mild, like prick, prick, but it's not like, I don't know if you remember when I did the Cica Reedle review, but I remember going like this on my face because it hurt so bad. It was so unpleasant. And I hardly feel the Reedles in this one. I feel it, like I said, just like a little like prick, prick, but it's not like you know what I mean? It's not like attacking my face with Reedle. So it actually just feels a lot more mild, even though it contains the same amount. It's the 100 shot, just like the original Cica 100 shot. So I've been actually kind of liking this. I've used it, like I said, a few times already. And I do notice that I wake up with like a really refreshed, kind of rejuvenated look to my skin. The PDR is really interesting. It is vegan. This isn't like salmon sperm. They're actually deriving it from ginseng, one of my favorite ingredients. And so I just noticed, yeah, that my skin is a lot more refreshed. PDRN is supposed to help with skin rejuvenation, skin cell turnover. It's supposed to help to brighten your skin. It might help with collagen, but generally it does promote more of a younger appearing and younger behaving skin, so to speak. And so there's a lot of different places that you can actually get PDRN, and it's a really big trend in Korea as an in-office treatment right now. People are injecting it into their face to get it into the dermis, right? And so the idea here with the Reedle is that you're getting, yeah, obviously not the same experience, but you are getting a little bit a little deeper into the skin, supposedly. Okay, I had to switch the battery in the camera because it was dying, so I had to take a quick break. So I spread the Reedle, and then I just like to finish off by just doing a quick little like press and pat, because sometimes not all the Reedles go directly into the skin. Sometimes they stay like at the top, and then when you put your other layers on, they drag. And that was definitely one of my main criticisms when I did the original Reedle review, was that I could feel it when I put the next layers on in my skincare routine. I could feel the Reedles kind of like dragging across my skin. And I will say with the PDRN version, because it's so thick, I don't feel that as much. I do find a little bit of benefit from just doing a little bit of a tap afterwards, but I really not to the extent that I was feeling with the original Reedle Shot. So, you know, just that texture alone really changed the experience for me. Of course, not being on tretinoin and not having such sensitive feeling and dry feeling skin from the prescription definitely changed things, right? And that was really my goal with stopping my tretinoin. As I've shared multiple times now, it really was to allow me to test different types of skincare products. I've been doing this for quite a few years now, right? And I just feel like I'm hitting a wall because of my tretinoin. And so, yeah, I've been using a lot more like AHAs and testing out different active products, different over-the-counter retinol and retinaldehyde products, trying the Reedle again. And exactly what I suspected in my original review was the tretinoin and the Reedle Shot plus my skin was not a good match. I think it's truly, I'm really proving that hypothesis, because now that I've been off of tretinoin we're going on to my 6th month of not using tretinoin. So it has been a hot second, and my skin is accepting it a lot better. But I have to say that PDRN really did make the difference for me as well, because not just it doesn't hurt my skin and that it's a more pleasant experience to apply. I have to say that like the benefits of the PDRN really match up with what I need for my skin right now. When I use the PDRN, again, it's only been a few times since I've used it, and I am kind of using it like more like once a week instead of like trying to use it multiple times a week. But when I do use it, I notice that I wake up with my skin a lot more rejuvenated. It looks so much more like lit from within, really even toned. I think it has helped maybe a little bit with brightness. My skin texture definitely looks better. My skin feels firmer. That was an interesting one. Like, oh wow, my skin just feels so much thicker and firmer in a good way. And it looks a lot more rejuvenated, where I didn't really see those types of benefits when I tried out the Reedle Shot. Of course, I mostly had irritation and redness, but I think that active PDRN ingredient was really the key. So now is the time that I'm a little bit confused about, and that is my liquid gold situation. So this is Stratia Liquid Gold. I wiped all the print off the bottle because it was starting to come off onto my hand. So it looks like no name, but it is Stratia. And then I like to mix it with a little facial oil. So right here, that was kind of awkward little like reach, wasn't it? Right here I have the Aromatica Rosehip Oil, and I just want to let you know this is a K-beauty brand that often uses a lot of essential oils and fragrance in their formulas, but this is just a straight up cold pressed rosehip oil. I have to mix the oil into the cream, so I'm like, how do I do this? I think I'm gonna be brave, and I think I'm gonna do it like this. So let's see, I usually do about 1 pump, but to get an even amount, I'm going to spread it across 2 cheeks here. And then we've got the oil. Yes, dexterity working for me. So I'm placing this on the counter, and I'm very carefully raising the dropper because I'm holding, I don't know if you can see, I'm like holding my little baby arm close to me so I don't accidentally hit it the wrong way. All right, so we've got the cream. Let's see. Actually, I gotta employ my baby arm. My splatter guard. I'm gonna try to get it on top of the cream. Here we go. Gravity, work for me. Yes. Yes, gravity. Yes, gravity. All right. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Okay. What am I doing? All right, that seemed to work okay. Here we go. Yes, gravity. Yes, gravity. I love it. I'm going to, look at this hand, like I'm so scared to move it. I'm gonna do this. It's working. It's working. All right. Yes. Okay. Sorry. I was like, how am I going to do this? This one works. I don't know why I'm holding this one static. This one works. But this one doesn't work so good. Okay. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. I was scared I was going to get oil on. I should have put that towel back on. I was afraid I was going to get oil on my sweater. Okay, next step, last step. I'm going to, why would the mixing? We're going to have another fun experiment, I think. So Cerave Moisturizing Cream. I love this moisturizer. This is what I've been using morning and nighttime. I don't change products. This is a pretty good year-round moisturizer for me, but as I mentioned, it's getting cooler. We're into sweater weather, and the cooler nights do mean that I wake up with a little bit more dry, dehydrated skin. And so what I've been doing for a while now is I've been mixing some La Roche-Posay Cicaplast cream into the Cerave. And so what does that do? So it really amplifies the occlusivity. I mean, first and foremost, Cicaplast is a skin protectant, right? There is a high percentage of dimethicone that really helps to coat the skin, to protect the skin. And that barrier, if you will, right, works two ways, right? Keeps bad stuff out, protecting the skin, right? But it also keeps the good stuff in, all this hydration we've built up, right? And so I do find when I use this, I'm waking up with less dehydration. On its own, it's not moisturizing enough for me. So mixing it into the Cerave, I'm getting all that beautiful medium weight creaminess of Cerave, all of the ceramides, right? The cholesterol, the fatty acids, the hyaluronic acid, all that stuff that makes my skin feel good, but just with some amplified occlusivity and skin protectiveness that helps keep hydration in. It's really like a creamy slugging version. It's a lot more breathable than just straight up Vaseline or Aquaphor. You can do equal amounts if you want. I think I'm a little bit less than an equal amount. I might be like maybe a 40-60 split here, a little bit less on the Cicaplast. You don't need much. And then as I mix this in, you're gonna see that it kind of gets a little thicker, a little more luxurious, and definitely more occlusive, but it's still breathable in my opinion. And I do find that the Cicaplast does tend to have a little bit of like a white cast, right? There's some zinc in here. And so when you mix it in with your moisturizer, it also cuts down on some of that white cast. So sometimes when your skin feels really irritated, like in the winter time, I will mix some of this in during the day, but I'm not too worried about the white cast because when you mix it with your moisturizer, it really cools that down quite a bit. All right, back in business. Got the splint back on. I'm feeling a lot safer with this on, quite honestly. I'm not gonna like accidentally mess up my wrist by tweaking it just the wrong way. So I hope you enjoyed this ridiculous skincare routine. I know it was. It was so absurd. It's not lost on me. You know, it was always described to me the difference between comedy and tragedy. Comedy is when you walk down the street and you fall into a manhole and I laugh. And tragedy is when I get a paper cut and I cry. That's tragedy. And so I think we had a little bit of a mix of both of those things, laughing at me falling into a manhole and me crying over my poor little tragedy, right? So I'm definitely going to be prioritizing some rest for my wrist over the next couple of days and some self-care. According to the doctor, the real sharp pain that I've been experiencing should go away over the next couple of days. And then healing, you know, can take a couple of weeks, but I should be able to move my hands a little bit more in just a few days. So yeah, good. I'm glad that I was able to get it confirmed that there's nothing worse happening here, but just a little bit of rest is needed, and that is what I'm going to do. So I hope you enjoyed laughing along on this skincare routine. I love you so, so much, and I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah!